Many congratulations. Brilliant performance today. Uh, the target was very small, but the way you lost those 5 wickets, does that hurt you? 4 wickets.
Doesn't hurt me. I mean, we wrapped up the game pretty early, so we want to go out there, make the runs quickly. And I thought the way Volley came out on debut, she's in there to play an attacking role. She did that beautifully. Phoebes obviously would have been frustrated the first couple overs, and then came out, hit some boundaries, and I think we played well.
What does it say about the talent Australia's producing that, 2 years ago Phoebe made half centuries on debut, and then for Volley to come out today and look so at home at the same sort of age?
Oh, it's beautiful, to be honest. We speak a lot about our domestic program, that it's the strongest in the world, and we truly believe that, and I think that just proves it. I mean, had there been more runs out there, I'm sure Volley would have made at least a half century out there. So, yeah, super impressive, and honestly, it means that when eventually I pull the pin, I know there's someone there to replace me, and that's just great news.
And how about your own bowling? You obviously finished the WBL in really good form, and you've carried it into here. How have you been feeling about all that?
Yeah, pretty good. I actually didn't feel that great out there today. I thought Kimmy G was by far the better bowler and had the ball on the string at the other end and allowed me to try a few things at my end, and obviously got the reward with some wickets there. But yeah, been feeling all right. I think I'm trying to add some strings to my bow here and there, because I feel like just predictable in-swingers gets a bit easy to play. But yeah, as long as the body holds up, a few more Voltaren, I'll be all right.
Good run out, great run out, great catches. Like, it's just one of those days, right, where things just clicked. They're fun, aren't they? When it all goes to plan.
Things went pretty well. It was actually really, I thought it was pretty clinical in the field, and we do speak a bit how sometimes we can be a slow starter in a series and be a little bit nervy and whatnot, but it didn't look that way out there, and I thought Kingy was brilliant mid-wicket, some shies at the stumps early, really put him under pressure with their running between the wickets, and we obviously held our catches, so that was, yeah, it was pretty cool, and honestly I think when it's first game of the series, that really sets a statement going forward.
Yep.
Hi Megan. Congratulations. I don't want to ask you a match question. After the T20 World Cup, there was a lot of conversation about when Australia got knocked out where it did. There was, of course, the 2025 ODI World Cup, and everyone thought your attentions would move there. But it is a transitioning team. Plenty has changed. Leaders keep moving in and out, injury or otherwise. What is it like for you as a senior player to really carry this team forward when you have so much happening, right? You have a World Cup was done, you all barely had any time to sort of digest it, and then you ran into the WBBL, and now you're here, you go to New Zealand. How do you sort of carry that back forward? You are the sort of mama bear in the team, aren't you?
I'll take that. I think, consistency is key. I think I'm a pretty consistent human no matter how I'm going on and off the field, and I think we just have a really structured culture. I think we're really good at living and breathing our values. We're quick to bring them onto new people into the team, and good at pulling people up if they're not living them. So, I mean, there's always going to be that transition, and we speak about the talent that comes through the pathways, and they get rewarded with that, and they just slip right into those values. So as much as it is a hard transition sometimes between formats, I think when you're sticking with the same core, we're pretty lucky enough to have the same staff that are just as brilliant with their values as well. It's pretty cohesive and pretty easy to hold people up to their standards when they're living them every day.
Right. Just one about Georgia. It's sort
Which
of home
Georgia?
conditions. It's sort of Voll. Yeah. Sorry, my bad. Multiple ones. It's home conditions for her. She's playing in front of a place where she's probably grown up. She's played a lot of her cricket. She's put on a fair amount of a show here as well. Can you take us through maybe just telling her she's going to be making her debut, which everyone anticipated anyway, but what that conversation was like and how you guys eased her into that cap presentation maybe?
Oh, I think we all knew she was going to make her debut, so that was probably the easy part of it. She didn't say she was overly nervous, whether she's a good liar or not, or just pretty cruisy human. The cap preso was pretty cool from Moons, pretty heartfelt, so whether that got her feels going, I'm not sure, but she's a pretty chill character, and I think that is what allows her to play the attacking form of cricket that she does. And yeah, we honestly just welcomed her in the group like we would anyone else, make it fun, make it lighthearted. Our first training session was a pretty good one, and I think she got drug tested, so it was probably the perfect welcome into professional cricket that you could possibly get, and then to top it up with almost half century there is pretty cool.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, you go.
There you go.
So congratulations for being the player of the match today. And it is your first 5-wicket haul. So was it long? You waited for long today?
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about it too much. I've taken a 5 for in T20, and so that's kind of in my mind. I've ticked that box. But yeah, a few fourfers I've clearly to flirted with it a little bit, but it's definitely not something you go out there thinking. It'll be a nice thing to have ticked off once I retire. But again, it felt like one of those days where I probably wasn't bowling my best, but was happily getting some wickets at one end while Kimmy G tied down the other. So yeah, happy with that one.
Just based on the way Australia played today, do you think there should always be puppy yoga on the day?
Yes, I think that was a very cool surprise. We all had no idea what was going on, and I reckon there was tears in that room. Tears of happiness, tears of joy, lots of puppy pee. So I think if we can get Carla to organise that every week, we'd be pretty stoked with that.
Keep us in mind for the next one.
We'll try and spread it a bit.
How do you think the Indian batters will try and respond to what happens today? Because Sunday's a pretty quick turnaround. What are you expecting from them?
Yeah, a bit more grit, I reckon. I think, they're going to come out a bit better. We know that. It's their first game in Australian conditions. I think we were going to choose to bowl first anyway, so that was good for us. But to bat first was a pretty courageous decision from them. Whether that changes in the morning of Brisbane up here, I'm not sure. But I believe we're on the same pitch, and I think it will play pretty similar. So I'm sure they'll come up with some plans. And, we're under no array that they're going to play the same way. It's not often you bowl teams out for 100 2 times in a row, and I have no doubt that's not going to happen. So they'll have their plans, and we'll just have to adjust our plans for even longer. And obviously, that's just a part of 50 over cricket.
Final question.
Yeah. So this question is being asked to female cricketers every time, that do you take inspiration from your male counterpart? Now that makes me very happy that I'm asking you that. Tomorrow Adelaide Test is going to begin. So do you hope that your male counterpart take inspiration from this win?
Yeah, hopefully. 2 completely different formats, I guess. But being an Adelaidean, I'm just excited to see a day-night test at Adelaide again. I'm sure it'll be a cracking contest, and I'm sure they're interested in how we're going, and I'm sure we'll be watching that game as well.